Jolan Tru, fellow captains and admirals. My name is Jerry, and I am hailing you from the Antares Shipyard with a very special episode of the Captain's Table. Earlier this week, WizKids blessed us by announcing 3 new faction packs that will be getting released in Q1 of 2024, so just around the corner, and I wanted to kind of gather all the information I have so far and kind of talk about them. So this first episode is going to be focused around these are the Voyages. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so what we know. We know that it's going to be releasing Q1 of 2024. This pack is going to have a price point just a tad higher than the others because this is actually a special pack. It's very odd that they announced 3 faction packs at the same time, but as it turns out, the 10th anniversary of Attack Wing is coming up, and this pack was designed to kind of celebrate that. So in total, we've got 115 cards coming in this pack, not including the maneuver cards and other mission cards and other things like that coming. So here's a description from WizKids Preorder. It says, celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Star Trek Attack Wing with the These Are the Voyages faction pack, as players can warp into their games with new and updated versions of each version of the USS Enterprise from the game's history. Take command of 5 special golden display versions of 5 different Federation ships: an NX class, a Constitution class refit, an Excelsior class, a Galaxy class, and a Sovereign class, with each of the famous crews and captains of the Enterprise. New actions, new cards, and a unique multiplayer mission awaits, along with many more surprises. So from the description, or from the WizKids listing, we've got, these are kind of the contents that I was able to scrape out of it. We've got 10 double-sided ship cards, 15 captains, 2 admirals, 6 elite talent cards, 48 crew upgrades, 7 weapon upgrades, 7 tech upgrades, 1 ambassador, 5 starship construction cards, 7 special tarot-sized cards, 1 mission insert, 1 double-sided enemy token, and 1 large double-sided enemy token. Okay, we're going to break this down a little bit in a couple more in a bit here, but I want to draw attention to the double-sided ship cards. Now, that doesn't mean that we're getting 10 ships in this pack alone. Because if you think back to Ships of the Line that was just released, or the Klingon faction pack and the Romulan faction pack that were released, those cards are double-sided. So you've got a named ship on one side, and then the generic on the other. So really what that means is we're getting 10 of those cards. Now, we're not getting 5 of those cards, we're getting 10 of those cards. So we've got 20 ships coming in this pack. You know, we've got 10 name ships and 10 generics. So here's an image that the WizKids had on their listing of the golden ship displays. And I'm going to tell you right now, I love it. I love it because it reminds me of the Enterprise Ease observation lounge with all the golden ships hanging that Picard broke in First Contact. Or really even the Enterprise D observation lounge that had like the half gold ships embedded into the wall. It's very indicative of that, and it gives me, it reminds me of a good movie, one of my favorite movies. I love the idea of these golden ships, especially for those players who have been around for a very long time. Kind of memorializes their dedication to the game through its ups and downs. We all know Attack Wing's got its ups and downs, but we're hoping for more ups. So here are the cards that they have already kind of spoiled. I believe these are probably the only cards that we will get to see out of the pack. They typically have not been doing previews anymore. So we can definitely break these down real quick. So the first card we're getting is the Enterprise NX-01 Federation NX class. 2330, coming in at 12 points. I don't have the old, I believe the old card was 16, somewhere in there. So we're definitely seeing a reduction in points there with the NX01. And we're going to break down its text here. So it says, you may equip the Federation prototype construction card, ignoring its restrictions, and even if the ship has a different construction card equipped. So Federation prototype, that's another card that we don't have. So there's kind of another hint of a new card, another card coming. Says this ship may still perform any actions listed on the Federation captain and or each Federation crew upgrade equipped to this ship, despite the presence of any Ox tokens beside it. So we've got, it's very indicative of the original Tiny Prize, the USS Enterprise, where it could do actions with Ox power tokens on it. Definitely enhanced hull plating. You're going to gather all those Ox power tokens with this. I find the wording very interesting, though. This ship may still perform any actions listed on the Federation captain and or each crew upgrade equipped. Does that mean it gets to do more than one action? There's some interesting wording going on there. And only time will tell. So the next card we got behind it is going to be the USS Enterprise. It looks like it is a screen grab taken directly from the Wrath of Khan, favorite movie of all time. We can only gather a little bit of information. I'm sure it says something executes a maneuver and an effect based on maneuver. Looks like it's going to have something to do with probably primary weapon. This should be interesting. And then behind it, we've got the USS Enterprise B, the Excelsior class from Generations. We got Perform, the blank on a Federation crew, probably equipped to this ship. And then it looks like, and I credit Jeff Sonis for this, but he spotted this and I did not. But it looks like we're going to get some kind of time token shenanigans going on here. And then we got the Enterprise D, which we're not really going to get to see much of. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be the declare target step. Target with weapon outside of range 1 or 2. And then we've got the Enterprise E behind it. Now we've got some very interesting text on that says constrain step or strain step. So there's some more timing coming in. Looks like a little bit more timing rules. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And then we've got 3 of these elite talents got spoiled for us. So we can take a look at that real quick. The first one is these are the Voyages. Looks like it can only go on a Federation ship. Each time the ship performs a maneuver speed of 3 or greater, place a mission token on this card. Activation phase, spend a mission token on this card to perform the action listed on a crew upgrade equipped to the ship as a free action. And then we've got Explore Strange New Worlds. Again, Federation ship only. Action, place 2 time tokens on this card. Looks like it's a range 1 to 2. Place a mission token on this card for each non-minefield obstacle within range. When attacking or defending, if the ship is within range of a non-minefield obstacle, spend a mission token on this card and add 1 battle station. And then we've got To Boldly Go. Now, again, here we go with some more interesting timing. The bold is the timing. So we've got something eared card step. I don't know if that's cleared card steps or discarded card step. There's a lot of speculation going on about that. But then we've got of mission tokens on this card equal to the number of something equipped to the ship. Remove an Aux power token from besides the ship, probably, and the mission token on this card. Place a battle station, scan, or evade token besides this ship. So some interesting Aux play going on there. Probably has something to do with mission tokens and removing them to remove Aux power tokens. Possibly equal to the number of crew equipped to the ship or upgrades equipped to the ship. Again, unsure. So now we're going to get into the speculation stage here. So we have the confirmed cards. We've got the Enterprise NX-01, which, if you think back to the Ships of the Line or any of the new faction packs, it's got the generic on the other side. So we know what card 1 and card 2 is, because if I go back here, we can clearly see the numbers on the cards here. And the NX-01 is number 1. So if the NX-01 is number 1, that means the generic is number 2. So there is a number 3 and a 4, which 4 is going to be, again, a generic. So number 3 is another named ship. And if you peek behind the NX-01 there, you'll see the Enterprise is number 5. That means that there is a ship in between the NX-01 and the Enterprise. And then, again, that pattern repeats through all of these ships. So we know we're getting at least 5 more ships. So going back to the speculation here. So we're getting the X-01, Federation class. We're getting the Enterprise, Constitution refit. The B, Excelsior. D, Galaxy. The E, the Sovereign class. These are the Voyages. Explore Strange New Worlds. 2 bold to go. Now, we don't get to do very much speculation on this. And again, in the confirmed cards, we should have the Federation prototype in there. I was not able to get that in. But on the speculation side of the house, we know that there's a ship in between the NX-01 and the Enterprise. I'm going to go ahead and call my shot right now. I'm saying that's going to be the Columbia NX-02. I have it on... I have my suspicions, and they are very valid. I don't believe the WizKids is going to dip into the mirror universe version of the NX-01. I would, take a guess and say that's for a later pack, but I have strong suspicions that the Columbia NX-02 is what we're going to see. And then along between the Enterprise and the Enterprise B, there's another ship there. I'm, again, pretty certain that's going to be the Enterprise A. That only makes sense for that to be there. And then between the B and D, I'm sure that's going to be the USS Excelsior. That's the only other Excelsior class out there that really kind of fits this theme. And it doesn't have an updated card yet. Now, I mean, they could go crazy and grab, the Crazy Horse or something like that. But for the theme of this pack, I'm pretty sure the Excelsior is what we're going to see here. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, because we know we don't have very many Galaxy classes in the game. I'm sorry, we don't have very many Galaxy classes that we know of that were named on screen. There are a few, but I kind of have a split mindset on this. So I think the Galaxy class, the extra Galaxy class that we might get in this pack, is either going to be the USS Galaxy, based on what WizKids was doing with Ships of the Line and the Federation construction cards, because we don't have a USS Galaxy. Now, the Enterprise D had 3 sister ships, well, 2 sister ships. It had the Galaxy and the Yamato. We never saw the Galaxy on screen, technically, but in the same vein, we never saw the USS Sovereign or the USS Musashi on screen. So it wouldn't be surprised if the Galaxy shows up. And now WizKids could pivot on this one and give us the USS Yamato. It's been talked about for a long time. It's one of those things that a lot of people are like, hey, we don't have a Yamato yet. Kind of like we did with the Odyssey. And then we finally got the Odyssey. So it's possible that we could get a Yamato with a Donald Varley. But something tells me to lean towards the USS Galaxy to kind of round out their Federation construction cards. Now that brings us to the last ship that we got in the pack. We already have a USS Sovereign. So it's not going to be the USS Sovereign. I have a sneaking suspicion that there is a long-awaited, well, two long-awaited captains in this pack that is kind of a fan favorite. This one coming from TNG, if anybody knows the episode I'm referring to. But I believe it's going to be the USS Atlas. Now, the USS Atlas was never on screen. It is a beta canon grab. The USS Atlas is the ship that was given to Captain Morgan Bateson after his trial runs with the USS Enterprise E, the shakedown cruise that they did. I have a strong suspicion that it's going to be the Atlas, but they really could go anywhere. I just don't believe it's going to be a USS Sovereign, just based on the fact that they just released a USS Sovereign. So that is everything that we know and kind of some of my speculation going into this release. Again, we're very, call me the forever optimist. I'm very hopeful that this will release in Q1 of 2024. Be checking back to see if that gets changed. If it does, I'll let you guys know. We're having a good discussion over on the Discord server in regards to these new faction packs. So you can come join us there. I'll put a link in the description below. Along with, there is a new blog post that was put out by Tristan, one of our community members on the Discord. It's a very good read. He's got his hopes for the faction pack coming. I will put another link in the description below to that. Go give him a read. And please give me a like, follow, and a sub. And leave in the comments what you think is coming in this pack. We've got 115 cards coming. There's a lot of room to speculate here. 48 crew cards. I really hope that this is not the ending for Attack Wing, and instead I really hope it is an embracing of Attack Wing, even with a new game coming to light that's going to be standing up next to it. I believe Attack Wing will always have a place, and I am very hopeful for the future. But until next time, thank you all for watching.